following is a presentation of MRE UNO Division 2. Hello everyone, and welcome back to MRE UNO's Medieval Mayhem, here for a very, very late night after dark stream. Here it is 1 a.m. Eastern Time, and I am joining you live here for the Tavern Regional Final. It is going to be number 5 Radjon taking down number 7 brii. Bit of an unusual time for a stream, but not the first time we've done a late night slash early morning stream, as fortunately, due to the round window and the time between these two, this was the only feasible option we had. So I'm going to roll with this. I had to miss the first two regional finals due to some quick turnover, and also I had a power outage. Whole crazy situation, but we're past that now. We're good to go here, and we're ready to start this matchup here. But yeah, we are going to get things going here. Gonna look at the bracket before we begin. Both have had a long path to get here. For both, it's their first regional final of the season. For brii, has some experience in this round though. Made two of them last season, en route to making the LCQ. brii looking to make the LCQ in the playoffs once again this season, and this tournament run has really been a big help in doing so. Got the win over John Weezer in a admittedly very lopsided series. brii just kind of played the cards, and that was it. There was really not much anything John Weezer could do in that one, but then turned that around and got a big win over Sam, the defending tournament 2 winner. Picked up a big win there, moved on, and then got a sweep win over Sky in a uncompetitive match, unfortunately. But brii has been rolling this tournament. Only time they have lost games is against Sam, but 2 sweeps under their name, and now they go into the regional finals where they face Radjon, who has been climbing a ladder all season, has not had a worse placing um, from tournament to tournament, and that streak will continue here. As for his path, he beat Apollo 4-0 in a sweep, then took down Captain Gaming 4-2, and then beat 6-4 to 3. So some nice wins Radjon has picked up along the way. He's up to 6 wins now, looking for his 7th in this one, and looking for his first Final Four. However, this is the way he's been doing it so far this season is he moves up one round and loses. This would be where the ceiling is at the moment. We'll see if he could break through on that and make it to the Final Four. That could be a really big moment for Radjon if you could do that, because that could really play a factor for him, maybe being a contender to win it all for this tournament here as we enter the Final Four, and what has been a very top-heavy Final Four. We had a lot of chaos in the last tournament here with all double-digit seeds. We could be on track to have a bit more of a return of normalcy with single-digit seeds, but you see Marbleside winning the Castle Regional there. He lands there, but then also Dilemon, second Final Four of the season. What a season Dilemon has been having. Very, very well positioned to be the number 1 ranked player exiting Tournament 3, but we'll see where he lands in the rankings and how he does the remainder of this tournament. But he wins the MRE region and picks up his, as I mentioned before, picks up his second Final Four of the season. He's going to be looking for some redemption, as he lost to Lavina, who went on to win Tournament 1 in the Final Four in Tournament 1. So looking to try to get redemption, maybe pick up a tournament win of his own. But winner of this one will face Marbleside in the Final Four. But yeah, we'll see how this one plays out. Actually, I want to check the seed number on that one because I don't think that's correct. Yeah, okay. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what happened there. The seed number is not correct. Tomorrow was a 7 seed, not a 6 seed. But um, before we continue, I'm gonna just quickly fix that, just so I don't forget about it later. Brii is joining in and out here, so I'm not really sure what's happening with that. All right, there we go. Just want to fix that so we don't forget about it later on. Gonna go into the stream here. I am joined by Yoshi, who will be my co-commentator for this one. Brii continues to join in and out. I'm not really sure what's happening. But Yoshi, thank you for joining me in this very late night stream. Your thoughts heading into this one? Both players have had really good runs to this point, but only one of them is going to make it to the final four. How does this match shape up on paper in your eyes?
Yeah, I'm gonna make this quick because I feel like Bree is, doesn't wants to get things moving, but from what I can tell, I think this will be pretty close. Both players kind of have, um, like at their peaks, they can play really well, but we'll see who gets the opportunities to play to their full potential.
All right, I'm gonna ask both players questions. I already dropped Bree's question in the chat. Brii is the lower seed, so we'll wait for her response. But while Brii types that out, we'll go to Radjon here, who is in his first regional final here. He's been having a very nice rookie season so far. I mean, we look at all. I mean, there's debutants who make their first appearance ever, and then rookies who are in their first season. I mean, look at all the rookies. Obviously, you have players like Lavina and Sam who went on to win tournaments, but I mean, in terms of Radjon, he's pretty comfortably in the top five in terms of rookies who have performed well this season. So it's been a good run for Radjon, all things considered. And Radjon, if you go on to win this matchup, you will get a battle between your fellow countrymen in Marvel side in the final four. So going into this one, thoughts on playing in this match against Brii, and what do you believe it's going to take to get the victory here in this one?
I think it's going to be very tough. I think looking at who we beat in the past, he's probably one of the best players this tournament. Like you don't simply beat Sam or Sky, so it's going to be hard. But on the other hand, I've been playing quite well, I think, this season, this tournament. So I'm quite positive. And I'm really motivated to be able to play to my fellow countrymen next round.
All right, we'll see how this one goes for you, but um, looking forward to seeing how this match plays out. Brii, we're still waiting on a response, but I know for Brii, this has been a very bizarre time for this, but I'll send another ping over. Uno ping, okay. Uno wing. I don't know. I don't know if that's their answer or if it's Uno ping. I'm in another VC. Alright. Have y'all heard of jockey music? I mean, kind of. I'm not too familiar with it, but I think I've heard it a little bit.
Yeah, kind of the same field.
Alright, well, we'll see what Bree says. Then, we'll get things rolling. Radjon has the game one call. Yeah, I have my microphone at like no restriction on this, so it's kind of how quiet I'm talking. I'm gonna try and play. Alright.
Okay.
Balatro music or modded Balatro music. Alright.
All right.
Just set
Yeah,
the
I
tone.
think that's fine.
I'm not gonna play that on the stream in case that causes a copyright strike, but I don't think it would, but I don't want to risk it. But yeah, we'll get this going here. The quicker we get this started, the better. Game on call for Radjon. I'm gonna go with the OG7 to kick things off. And there we go, blue one, we're underway.
Yeah. Obviously for brii, they're gonna probably want to type Uno ping correctly. Here.
Yeah. Unfortunately for brii, they also just died in the dungeon, so that's not good.
Oh. Okay, well yeah, there you go. They got the ping in and they're out already. So probably nothing on red. This is unfortunate, but see what Radjon can do. Able to play off that.
This has not been an ideal last minute for brii here, but brii looking to find the switch, and brii will find it.
Okay, yeah, that could actually be pretty good depending on if Radjon has any blues. But it actually does have a blue to play, so
Right, and yeah,
I'm
you see
curious
the
if yeah, you got it.
yeah, you see the ping there going into effect for brii. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Yoshi, but brii with their turn next.
Yeah, it is kind of this is kind of what happens sometimes, but uh yeah, obviously it's gonna be interesting to see how this blue plays out because we know that Radjon probably is gonna run out at some point, or yeah, so an interesting move here. Let me see. Were they at Uno at that point? No, they were at two, but had to draw after the red reverse. Kind of rough because now you kind of assume that Radon doesn't have any reds or blues. Now, obviously for brii, they don't have reds either. So as Radon probably anticipated, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, I mean Radjon kind of looking for that clutch top deck to help him out here, but it is not coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for brii, not going to be far into this draw city because they had an opportunity to change the color. But I mean, let's see what happens here. Could go on for a while. I mean, typically, if a low card start doesn't finish quickly, it's gonna lead to at least one long draw city, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, neither able to find anything on this red here to keep things going.
And there's a red six, might be able to get some number efficiency going here. There we go. The green six is played. Should be good for both players now. Okay. brii definitely going quick here.
Yeah, running the green.
Ooh, okay, that's an interesting switch, which I think is going to favor both players.
Well,
But
Radjon is down to 4 here. For brii, really trying to get those switches to force Radjon to draw and be able to play. That's gonna put brii in the best spot, but we'll have to see if this yellow ends up being effective in doing that.
wow, and that
Ooh.
is potentially a big switch for Radjon. Goes into blue. Could be a draw situation for brii here if they didn't draw any blues.
Ooh.
Wow,
Okay. Really wants that
that's
yellow.
could be a check scenario. That is definitely a big move there. Both are now at three, I think. Yep. We'll see if Radjon can do anything on this yellow. That's really the key here.
Radjon
No.
does have a yellow.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be the finish right away, which could actually favor Radjon, but we'll have to see.
Well, brii's at 3rd
Oh,
break for
that's
both
not.
yellow 9.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, there you go.
Both are at 2. Coming down to the wire. Can either player get the finish?
Yeah, Radjon, I could see maybe getting a +4 finish here, just sneaking attack that win. If they held on to it. No, they just got
No.
the Uno. This will be very interesting if it's a double Uno. It
It is
is.
double Uno. Does Radjon have the 0 or the yellow?
Man, this is crazy, but Radjon doesn't have
No.
it.
No, the yellow.
No, I was typing. I was pre-typing something.
Does brii have it? Brii does have it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ooh, and Radjon gonna fall a card short there on that one, but brii gonna take the opener. Radjon, what was the last card there?
I had a blue 4, so if brii did yellow 4 instead of yellow 0 first, I would have had to finish.
Yeah, so that actually ends up being a 50-50 play for brii, and brii gets the right side of the coin.
Yeah, I think calculated move there from brii, knowing that the yellow 0 is more rare, or zeros are more rare in the deck. So it would have been a true 50-50 if if that other card was like a 1 or a 2 or anything but a 0. But I feel like made it more likely that Radjon wasn't going to have the switch there. So, but yeah, I mean, still, you never know, right? It was still a risk at the end of the day. Like, I mean, if we base it off of just numbers, then yeah, it technically was a 50-50 because yeah, but um both game though. Not much ammo actually now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, both just kind of ran that one down. I guess the only thing I gotta ask for brii.
Mm.
Shutdown. Technically, I mean, it goes by definition 50-50.
Okay. Think we should be good for the next game.
I was gonna consider maybe asking about Draw City, but can someone dumb
Mm.
I don't know what that means to dumb it down.
Okay.
We'll just go to game 2 here.
Yeah. the CSM. I mean,
I
I mean,
I don't know
we
if
don't need
you
to worry about
to
that.
calculate. This happened 2 rounds ago. I don't also
Yeah.
like I don't know what we're
Oh,
meaning with don't.
let me make sure they
Does
see the.
does brii mean like brii versus John Weezer?
Oh, they were. Yeah. I guess she's asking if it was like. Um, I don't know. I guess she doesn't remember like if it was a record of whatever their CSM was. Was that the point? I don't remember what CSM that was.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's just go to game 2. I don't know what Bree's asking for. I survived the dungeon. That's cool. I I I can't.
There, Rajon's typing. Let's see. Okay, keeping it low.
Or pulls it up, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why Bree is asking for this. Fine, whatever. I'll look at it.
Oh, okay. Dang, this
I
seems to
don't
be getting
like I don't
stream issues.
I
It's
do
really
not know why
annoying.
Bree is asking for it. Okay, it was 0.2. Okay. Okay, I don't know when you said that, but anyways,
Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, I got a ping, but brew. Okay, yeah, Radjon already close to the end here potentially. Oh my
yep,
god.
that's a bit of a flip on what Brii was doing in game one with the wild. Down to Uno,
Yeah, looking to be
and
the game finisher here, making up for the game one loss. Oh
another
my
wild.
goodness.
Wow, 1-1. I don't have much to say on that one. That was just kind of a straight plan A. Radjon got what I think he was hoping for on the 7 this time around, so ends up working out in Radjon's favor, and Radjon gets the plan A win.
What does this happen? Uh, During the stream, we had just got an announcement in the EWOW server that a new episode is out. But anyways, yeah, not
Why
much to
do
say about that game.
new EWO episodes always drop at like 1 a.m. and then like B episodes are always like we're gonna drop it at like 4 in the morning. Um,
Yeah.
so because like I'm struggling to go to sleep and you're like, all right, I'm finally finding rhythm. I get a ping. It's like up the B episode's out now. It's time to find out whether you live or die. It's like, oh my god, I have to stay up another hour. It's horrible. Anyways,
Uh-huh.
it's Bree's call for game 3.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get that going. So Bree can't pick 7.
We'll see what kind of fambling Bree does here. Bree's gonna keep it low. Goes up to 8. Alright, there's the start red one. We are underway once again. And Bree goes one up with the red 2.
Okay. Seems like red is the common color to draw city into, but I mean for Radjon, it's not gonna happen just yet. Oh wow! Surprisingly finds the 0 to switch out of there. That's gonna be pretty rough for Radjon, forcing them to draw. Oh wow! Okay. In surprise, to my surprise, it ends up that they both end up drawing here. But there's a blue 2. Gets the top deck. There we go, and just like that, we've made it an out of that color, which should free up both players here.
Switch over the switch over in the green here is gonna break things up. I almost had a draw city there, but that top deck from Radjon's gonna make it where we don't stay there that long.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the color switches take a how much that'll matter in this one because I mean these two players kind of take a little bit generally take their time when switching the color. Sometimes they just kind of go for it, but usually they want to run down the color that it's currently on. Usually, but obviously sometimes they could switch it up if needed. So we'll see what Radjon does now on after the green 3 has been played. Oh, that's gonna be a wow. That is gonna be rough for Bree there. I wonder if Radjon is gonna have a big run here. It's not gonna be the finish, but it's gonna be check. 12 cards for Bree. Everything to play for, but we'll have to see what Bree has left.
Oh man, big run
Okay,
there with the +4.
messes up one of the commands. So the +2 does not come out, but everything else does. Should be fine realistically. but I guess it depends on the rest of their hand.
Yeah, well, we'll see, but it could be costly. It won't be okay. At the moment won't be costly. I mean, if Bree has to leave it open, it could be an issue, and no, Bree's just gonna straight up draw, so I think
Doesn't
Bree
want to leave the
doesn't want,
plus. Yeah.
yeah, doesn't want to leave it open, which I think is fair enough, but it's still gonna put Bree in a bad spot.
I think the main issue now is that if Radjon gets the switch, you're kind of left stuck on that card, which can be pretty rough. But Bree is just gonna let that go, and it's just an interesting move.
A bold call there. We'll see. Well, Radjon drawing on green. Yes, Bree, we are shooting on your typo. It was indeed a mistake, unless it was a mistake. You're caroling in Council VC. That's good.
Oh
I
my
was in my
god, bro.
You have a council, but I also have a council, and my
Yeah, I
council
mean
will be gathering for a barbecue this month. So
the switch into green was a little risky, but looking back at it, it actually was a good move. Because Radjon used the +2s to get out of green earlier. And, you know, they did get +4'd, but it ended up not mattering. But obviously, Radjon with the top deck might actually work out in their favor, depending on if they can get the Uno off of this 9. But they don't. Breeze back in this.
I am going to quickly fix the YouTube issue. Like, I don't know what's going on. YouTube sometimes is like completely stupid.
I
'Cause
noticed that,
because I know
yeah.
someone I just saw in Lounge that it was the other one, the other game, so that's not fun.
Yeah, no, it's just like, just gonna have to roll with the punches here. Green skip draw, okay. Radon's still in the lead. Bree continuing to run on the screen, actually tying it up here. Radon finding the green 9, so ends up retaining the lead and forcing the draw on Bree. May have been the clutch draw to avoid a number efficiency. And yeah, there you go. In a scenario like this where time zones are kind of rough, there's going to be one player that wants to go fast, and unfortunately for Bree, going to make things pretty rough. But it's just gonna have to happen sometimes.
Yeah. I should be almost done making the tweaks on this, so we should be good to go now. I think I'm going to. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't have this. Actually, no, I would have this issue because I'm doing another D1 stream. I'm gonna set that one to the different stream key because apparently this one is not wanting to function right now. It keeps doing it keeps bunny hopping to the next one. But yeah, the fix is almost in. For the stream. Once I put the correct thumbnail in, we're good to go.
A relatively bold play there from Radjon, but obviously it makes more sense given the time. But we'll see how that plays out as Bree gets the switch into blue. I mean, yeah, I guess looking at this, there's a pretty big gap between the cards from these two players, and this undercut into yellow might actually be something where Radjon's going to try and get something finished here, depending on their hand.
All right, there we go.
You know, a move like that makes me think that they're going to really want to stick it on this color. But maybe it's not what we expect. Okay, it just gets down to 2 here. Bree just going to keep it going. maybe doesn't have any ammo to shoot down. Could be a finisher. Oh wow. Yeah, keeping it yellow is gonna be the thing that Radjon needed there.
And Radjon is going to pick up the game win there in the longest game of the series so far. We wanted to jump into the 8-card start once again for game 4. Yoshi, you got any comments on that one there or any questions?
I'm not gonna ask anything. I would say that the draw city maybe favored Radjon a little bit more. He took a risk with the +4 right off the bat. I do want to ask. I kind of want to ask about that, but like, I don't want to keep them waiting for too much time. But yeah, it was an interesting strategy from Radjon. It ended up working out though.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean,
Go to game 4.
yeah, we'll just keep it going here. Brii gonna run it back. Oh, I thought it would ping the first turn. Oh my god. Well, to be honest, I wasn't thinking about this, but I guess no matter what time it is for Brii, they're going to ask this question. We'll see if Radjon answers. This is kind of the theme that you see here. Uh, Ironically, Radjon did say yes earlier, but I don't. Obviously, they're gonna wait for something else. We're gonna wait to see what they say now. Oh my. Yeah, I guess gonna have to take that by the chin here. +2. Will this be an early draw for Radjon, or is that just kind of an aggressive start they wanted to like employ? Yeah, it might have been the running out of green early, but finding the yellow 4, and then immediately responding with the blue. Yep, there's the Brii striking back, +2 of their own, giving Radjon putting, I guess, Radjon technically in the back foot now. But now, as I say that, Brii ends up drawing. And now Radjon gets back into green. Oh, but that could have been a huge top deck for Brii to get into red. I think trying to force a draw, or no, we haven't been on red yet, so hard to say. I think this is just an aggressive play, if I had to guess. But the aggression will continue on as Radjon gets a wild blue. Well, I mean, I think I would have guessed he held on to that. Um, now you kind of have to ask yourself, was that the right play? Because if Brii still has more in the tank, this is going to backfire. But given the situation and the time that they used it, I'm not surprised that was the result. Good play from Radjon, looking to maybe get the win here. That would be kind of quick if it is. Oh, geez, and that is a
Wow.
massive finish.
And that is not what brii wanted to see there, as runs 8 twice and does not get the outcome that brii wanted, and it's going to be 3-1 with 3 straight for Radjon. Sorry if I'm like being on off. I'm in the middle of like I'm getting DM'd something important here, so I'm trying to take care of that right now.
Yeah, might be a sign, like, kind of similar to when I played against Alan. Sometimes you start to see the sign that maybe you need to change the card starts you're picking, but it's already too late. You're now, you may not even get back to the card starter if you lose these next 2 games, because now Radjon has the next call. So we'll have to see if that backfires. She ends up paying the price, but I mean, yeah, I mean, there's not much else to ask here, because I feel like Radjon just had the counters even when brii got the top deck. So I feel like we should just be good to keep moving here.
Yeah, we'll keep it going here. I'm gonna go to game 5. Brii saying that they need to pick higher. So if brii makes it back to the next homestand, that's likely what we'll see. Radjon gonna keep it low with 9, and we get a wild start. Big moment here for Radjon. Does he go for the culture, or does he go for the play right off the bat? We'll see. I don't remember if brii does culture, but Radjon gonna go for it.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. Just fair enough there. There you go. And now we shall play the game. We'll see what ends up happening here, because I feel like it's become less common to go for the culture, at least from what I've seen, or maybe it just so happens that the players that don't do it are the ones that have the wild starts. But either way, this will be. Usually that first draw doesn't really matter, but sometimes that first draw just is like the best draw you could have gotten. And yeah, when I saw those first two words, I kind of knew what brii was saying there. Seems like they're kind of begging to get this game win here, because I feel like they're gonna start feeling a little like their chances of winning are flying by when they go down 4-1. Yeah, I mean, brii gonna try and fight this one as a quad play with a +6, gonna force Radjon into a gonna push Radjon way back to 12. And I mean, he could try and get the read on what brii has left, but the typical move at this point is to just at least give something in response. But guess we'll have to see what Radjon ends up choosing here. I mean, it really depends on what they got off the draw. That's really the key. +4, gonna be a clean +4 there. Nothing too crazy. Goes into yellow, which I believe is new color. Yep. Slight adjustments for brii, but not, it wasn't a huge setback, especially knowing that brii still has a long, Radjon still is behind on the cards.
Bree is taking a while for her next turn. We'll see what's up. I think this is more than I think. Because Bree has been playing pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay.
There's Bree. Alright. Yellow 5. Gonna keep it on yellow for now. Radjon gonna try to close that gap once more. Pretty able to keep it running on yellow though.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Radjon looks to be pretty good on this yellow here, but so is Bree. So it ends up working out on both sides. But for Radjon, definitely wanted a draw on Bree's end so that they could maybe get maybe a color switch. And unfortunately, they ran out before Bree did, which is not what they wanted. But now we'll have to see what. Ooh, okay, and that could be a big switch. Depending on what Bree has left. Could the +2 is actually pretty clutch though. I think Bree was potentially prepping a run, but now has to backtrack. Okay, that might have been the cards that they had left, and now they're stuck with the +2.
Well, I mean, I gotta wonder if maybe they didn't. Maybe it could be running blue here. Who knows? But Radjon with 6 cards could
Yeah.
have something to say. Yeah, there you
Oh
go. +4.
wow,
Radjon not taking any chances on that one. He wants this 4-1 lead.
that is kind of crazy. That's gonna be a yellow 4. Yeah, these +4s are really helping out Radjon right now.
Ooh,
But wow,
gonna get snuffed out on that one.
big switch.
Looking to try to abuse this yellow here to get it run down to the end, but does not have a yellow 5. And
Okay.
that's gonna be one Bree may want back because Radjon switches it back in the red.
Yep, the attempt to strike back here, but Bree is going to be able to play around it with the red 8. Not phased
Yeah.
by the color switch.
Radjon did pick up an extra card here. We'll see if that affects what he's going for. If he ends up having a
Oh,
stray.
okay, hold on. An opportunity for Radjon. Red 0 could be a bad sign, but Bree has the green. I mean, I would think that's a good move, but I mean, you just don't know because we haven't seen green in a while. You don't know what they're saying there, but oh, they mean, well, they mean a reshuffle? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this green looking to be good for Bree here. I mean, Radjon, I feel like, is getting good draws, so I could easily see something working out in their favor, depending on what they got. Oh, very interesting. So I think they had one of those green reverses, drew another, and then just wanted to get rid of them.
Well, Radjon got the Uno on that play there, and gonna pick up an extra card. I think Radjon hoping to get a big top deck here. Both are at 2 cards.
Yeah, this is just a hope that Bree doesn't just have the win, or I guess check. Maybe the reverses stopped a number switch.
The worst case scenario for Radjon here is if Bree has a reverse that allows Bree to switch into a different color and end it. Because then that's going to be the wrong move for Radjon, but at the same time also, if Bree wanted that switch off the 7, it's gonna end up working out, and it's gonna stall both. But and okay, Bree gonna draw. So for now, Radjon, that move works. Radjon gonna keep drawing though.
Interesting, yeah. There's the green 3, which might. We'll see. Now, if you get a switch, it becomes a risk. Radjon gonna go for it though. Maybe. Ooh. Okay, but now I'm curious. Does Radjon have a finish here? No, they just wanted to go to red. Interesting. Maybe get rid of it and find a setup for a different color. Not gonna find it for now though. Bree might have gotten a good card.
Bree having the reaction here. Gets the Uno on the +4. And this is the longest game of the series so far. We have passed 10 minutes. But what is the response here from Radjon as we go to blue? Switches in the yellow.
Oh boy. This could. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if this is.
We have not seen this yellow in a while. It is a risky call here.
This feels like a 50-50, yeah. Like, I mean, unless Radjon didn't have any blues and figured that you may as well go for the switch. Because, I mean, if you lose, it's, I mean, if it's number efficiency, then you lost either way.
Radjon had 9 cards, so coming off the +4, maybe a chance there could have been a blue. If this ends up in the game, we'll ask him about that, but
yeah.
Bree's still taking a hot minute. I feel like Bree is multitasking right now. That might be what's causing it.
Right. Yeah, no, this. But yeah, looking back, the yellow, like, this could definitely be a fatal switch. But yeah, again, it's not though.
Radjon got the ice. Ends up working out in Radjon's favor. Bree says they did not get that ping.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was because maybe they like got the ping right as they left the channel. I don't know.
Yeah, that can happen. But we got the yellow 4. Top decks are becoming less likely now because there's only 1 +4 left. But there are 3 wilds left as well. But now we're getting to a scenario where Bree may start getting cards that a +4 may not just be a oh no.
That is not good. That's the second time Bree has made a typing error on the +2.
I mean, I feel like I don't. If you're Radjon, I don't know.
I mean, this is gonna be bad if Radjon gets out of here right now. He
Okay.
won't.
Yeah, no, I was.
For Bree to play it now.
Yeah, in my head, I was thinking like, I mean, there's a clear plan for Radjon, and if it's not to, and if they're not gonna, if they weren't planning on switching after that turn, I wasn't expecting them to be able to switch anyway. So it was just a matter of like, yeah, I guess you're just gonna have to take the +2 now. There you go.
Yeah, that's gonna basically return the 2 cards Radjon just played back to his hand. And he's gonna
that is
pay
crazy.
With a +10. Bree is gonna pay the price for that one.
I don't know if this was the game where Bree gave Radjon a lot of cards, but definitely returning the favor if so. But unfortunately for Radjon, the yellow is not going to be good.
Bree is freaking out over something. Maybe it was something that Bree missed. I'm not sure.
Oh, that is very interesting. So Radjon kind of on an unfortunate situation because they've given up a lot of colors trying to get to the win, and unfortunately, well, hold on, Bree might have opened them up here.
I mean, if Radjon draws here, that's a really bad expose. But yeah, I'm gonna mention also because oh man, that is not
Yikes.
good. That is not good. Because that just kind of opened the door for what Bree is watching out for. There's the switch into
Okay,
that red.
there is the color that we probably expect Radjon to have. Now it's a matter of Bree kind of just trying to play defense at this point.
I think the big problem for Radjon here is did he pick up any strays along the way, and will that affect him? Because I mean, the last thing he needs at the moment is a stray card that throws him off from this lined up finish. I'm gonna ping Bree again just in case the thing happened where they immediately left, and they left as the moment the ping came out.
Yeah.
Well, now they have no excuse for the no ping, but they're just taking a while. Alright, we'll see. Wait, okay, so I just found the VC Bree is in. Bree is alone in the Tau Central Caroling Council VC.
What? Oh my god.
I don't know what Bree's doing. Oh, Bree taking another minute break here. I'm not sure what Bree's doing here. Alright, there's Bree. Bree is asking for a
Okay.
hold. Alright, there we go. Red 5. Alright, back underway here, rolling with the reds. This is likely the color Radjon is one to roll with here, but I mean, I don't know if this is going to be something he could run to the end or if there's going to have to be a stoppage. That's going to be the big question. Question will be how
Yeah, I
much
think
does
that
Bree
the
have
big
on red?
I would say the big concern for Radjon is if now that they want the color that they want, if any of the draws are outside of this color, that could be a detriment because if they can't switch into it,
Oh
oh,
my
never
god.
mind.
Radjon has the +4 and he's going to end it as soon as he does it correctly.
Yeah, that's looking like the finish.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
yeah, wait,
my
Radjon,
god.
you just have to say the color. There you go.
He says red. He could have said yellow and then mess it up, but he will not, and Radjon wins an 18-minute game. Wow, that was quite the run, and it's all red to the finish also, so he ends up not picking up any strays.
Yeah. I guess it's getting frustrating for Bree at this point. Um, maybe kind of feeling like not much is going their way, but yeah.
Yeah. I'll go to Radjon here before we go into the next game. I mean, you were kind of in a bad spot there where you were kind of drawing on multiple colors there, but then you do find that switch into the red and you're able to run it to the end. You end up playing the +4 there to finish it off there. Did you end up having that +4 for a while, or did you draw it pretty recently?
No, the +4 card was the last one I drew, but then we switched to 2, so I could switch to red. So I wasn't keeping it for any longer, but I just had the red cards.
So Radjon, when he had the blue reverse there, and Shiro actually ends up picking it up there, so that ended up being big. Yeah, brii is not feeling too good about their odds here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm curious as to what's gonna happen now. I mean, Radjon gets the next call, which, like I said, is the unfortunate thing for brii because they may be done. They may not be able to get back to the card starts where they are looking to go high tier. And yeah, we're gonna see if the run back on 7 cards is gonna go in their favor.
He's 2 turns away from doing it, but I mean, brii still has the 2020. I mean, listen, the rolls are like fun and important, but it's not like a do or die situation. +4 start here. brii is already not very pleased with the hand. Yeah, +4 and wild would be culture. Again, optional, but up to you. Radjon draws. brii gonna draw. Alright, so this has become 9
I
card start. I think this
am
is
kind of
interesting though. Cause
wrong.
this is the one card start brii won on, so we'll see if this actually ends up being with this 7 works for brii. But I don't know. I mean, based off brii's initial reaction to the hand, it may not be looking good to start things out.
Ironically, oh yeah, I'm surprised brii continued with the culture there. I feel like if you're down, like I remember Goldie when she was down 3-0, she just didn't want to do the culture because she's got to do anything she can to win. But brii, despite for being frustrated and everything, is gonna follow through with it. So maybe just trying to keep their luck as high as possible because they know that if Radjon gets one more good run here, it could be the end. As we say that is going to be pretty rough for brii. Gonna feel like it's over here unless there's anything left that brii can do. I'm getting the sense that brii really been not getting the cards as of late.
Yeah, well, Radjon's down to 3 cards here. I mean, if brii has an option, they might go for it. Here, brii that does not sound like a good sign here. Red
This
7.
could be it, honestly.
Let's see. Radjon typing it up has the red
Okay,
9.
still some hope, but brii not even throwing any ammo down gives me a bad
Draw.
sign.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I think for brii, it's kind of like the Doomer mentality here, so I don't know. This isn't looking good. Radjon gonna power play, and that will probably do it.
wow.
Blue 9 gets the Uno
Oh,
call.
that draw
Wow,
was
that's
so
gonna be
unfortunate.
that one's gonna be a bit of salt in the wound there.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that sucks. Like they lost off the fact that they had to draw that last turn. Unfortunate there.
Alright, brii gonna probably just take a minute. Yeah, brii not pleased with that one, but Radjon making it to the final 4 here. Moves on. Radjon, I mean, you get the job done there. It's all low tier tonight, and or I guess this morning for you. And you get it all, and you move on to the final 4 for the first time in your career. And we got a Netherlands versus Netherlands match in the final four. Who would have thunk? But Radjon, your thoughts on the match here? Anything that you felt was a big factor in helping you get the win, besides maybe some card fortune? Anything outside of that that you felt maybe played a big factor in helping you get the job done? And just kind of how are you feeling going into the final four for the first time?
Yeah, I think this was compared to last times, it was probably mostly luck. I just said the right cards, especially in the last round. I was also lucky to be able to stick to the lower card starts, even with brii starting those, while I'm usually good at those. But yeah, really happy to win this and meet my fellow Dutch person in the semifinals.
Yeah, all right. Well, it'll be a Netherlands versus Netherlands final four. I'm gonna move the chat up here because brii is definitely not feeling great about this one. Would either just leave brii be, but gonna update the bracket here. Yoshi, your thoughts on this match here? But thoughts on how this one went out, and just kind of moving on to this final four matchup.
Yeah, I think for brii, kind of maybe feeling a little bit of what I felt a few hours ago, but probably worse because losing off of just getting unlucky. Uh, well, most people say that's they don't like that's more annoying. For me, I kind of go back and forth on it, but obviously, I think brii probably would have liked to have it that if they lost to making bad moves, then it's like, yeah, you, you just have to hold that. But here, they literally there were moments where there was not much they could have done. And I could see it, especially like in those last two games. Like, so, well, maybe not. Well, game five, maybe not that, but like, uh, I'm sure there was another game in there besides game six. But you know, uh, I guess sometimes part of it for brii is that sometimes you got to be careful with the card starts you pick. Um, because when you got to start seeing those trends early so that you don't let it you don't let that momentum go in your opponent's favor. It happened to me and it happened to brii here, where there's certain card starts that just worked for your opponent, and you noticed it too late to the point where you could really catch up. So it's unfortunate to see that. It's unfortunate to see someone else fall into that, but part of we don't know how this would have went if the card starts were different. So um, I think brii played the best they could. I think they should be happy about the run that they've made. Um, Snagging good wins, despite maybe not getting as far as they would have liked. I think it's just going to put them in a pretty solid spot actually. Uh, if they don't have an abysmal T4, I could definitely see them somewhere in the playoff field. But we'll have to see. I mean, Radjon finally showing what he's capable of. I think we kind of all were thinking about it. I think KT when was kind of uh at first was like pretty um optimistic about Radjon at first when they first joined, and finally bringing that to light. As Radjon said, we're gonna actually have a Netherlands matchup in the Final Four. It's just very, very cool to see. So I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, I mean, still, we're nearing the end of this tournament, but kind of a rough match to watch. But you got to respect Radjon for being able to win in the way that they did, because you know you got to play those cards right if you want to win that way. So
All right. Well, yeah, that'll do. I'll just quickly scroll down here. for Brii. I'm gonna highlight this. Good luck, Radjon, on the final four. Better be Faye and or Dino, and the whole thing. So good 2 for 2 on the limbs in the Elite Eight, where I lose to the eventual winner, and that will be Brii's quote for the write-up, which will come, as I like to quote it, in due time, because I have a lovely backlog on that. So I need to catch up on that, but. Yeah, I mean, I think for Brii in general, obviously this is not the result that they was able to want it, but I think overall, from a tournament perspective, we'll go to the bracket here. Brii picked up a lot of really good wins here, and when Brii's coming into this ranking for post-tournament 3, and when you're in that like 4-win bubble, especially with how this tournament's played out, getting those big wins is definitely going to help you be on the right side of the cut line. I would expect to see Brii ranked in the upcoming top 25, and it's going to be good for Brii because they went unranked entirely at the post-tournament 2-1, so Brii looking to try to make it back to the playoffs. Brii was a playoff participant last season, was in the LCQ, looking to make it back there, but a good tournament like this is definitely going to help Brii's odds of getting there, but obviously not the result against Radjon that Brii would have wanted tonight, but that's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. But that'll do it for the Tavern region. Radjon wins it all. I need to do my thing. Hold on. But let me fix that. All right. All right. So we're gonna go over to the Final Four bracket here, and we got 2 players in. Now we got 3. Radjon adds his name to the list of Final Four participants for the Medieval Mayhem. Congratulations to Radjon on the win. He will face Marbleside in the Final Four in a Netherlands vs. Netherlands matchup. That is, I believe, the first time that has happened in this league, so should be an exciting one. That also guarantees we will have someone that will have a Dutch player in the final joust, and I believe that'll be the first time a Dutch player makes the finale in the league as well. So we'll see what it ends up being. Dilemma and awaiting on the other side for the winner of Dino and Faye. That will be a U.S. player no matter what. So, the U.S. being represented in these Final Four for all 3 tournaments so far, but it's been mostly international players here. We've seen a lot of international diversity in this Final Four. Because tournament 1 we literally had 4 different nations make it. Tournament 2 we had a few different ones. I think we had 2 people from the U.S. but then 2 other countries, and then tournament 3 here we got 2 Netherlands, 1 New Zealand, and then we have an American, no matter what way, because Dino and Faye are both from the US. Dino would be, what's it called, California, and then Faye would be Florida, so, we'll see who gets the win, but I'll do it for this stream. Thank you all for watching. Again, on behalf of the MRE UNO team, including my co-commentator and Raf Yoshi, both the players and everyone came out to watch. Thank you all for watching this very late night stream. I usually don't like doing these, but we'll make an exception here and there, and this was one of those. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to join the league, join the server, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in 8 hours. I gotta go to sleep because we got another stream at 10 a.m. That'll be the final regional final, so I gotta get up for that, and I gotta get some rest, but we're gonna head off for now. Thank you all for watching. We will see you at 10 a.m. today, technically on the East Coast. It would be tomorrow for Pacific and I guess a few other places, but we'll see you in about 8 hours or so for the final regional final between Dino and Faye and determine who will face the Lemon and complete the Final Four for the Medieval Mayhem. Until then, I'm G-Man. Peace out, everyone, and we will see you all then.